welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle, and our other co-host, Nicholas Paylog, cannot be here tonight as he is out doing fun summer stuff. Going camping this weekend with his girlfriend and their family. So shout out Nick, have fun. You know, this is, we all have lives, and this is a big commitment, and, but the show must go on. So that's what we're doing here. So yes, just like last weekend, I was out camping. Or trailering? Not even camping. But yeah, we're out doing fun summer stuff. So guys, welcome into the show. It's going to be a fun one tonight. We've got to talk about the Toronto Blue Jays and the problem that we're seeing developing with our pitching. Whose fault is it? We're going to call those people out and be like, hey, get better. Get better, because Toronto Blue Jays need you right now. But we'll talk about that. We'll also got some questions from you guys. This is the box. We actually haven't pulled this box out in a while. It had a bunch of old questions in it. And I thank you guys for submitting those questions. It was super dope for you guys. But I was like, I don't really know if, which infielder should we acquire is, a question that we need to be asking anymore. So I asked on Instagram, I asked on YouTube for you guys to submit your questions. And I put them in here, wrote them up, and put them in little papers and threw them in. And as well, you guys can also ask your questions in the chat. Just use capital letters so that I can see them. I'm so used to saying we, but so I can see them, and we can all see them, so we can answer it as well in the chat. All right, folks. Also, quick shout out here before we get going to Betstamp for sponsoring this video. Guys, link is in the description. If you want to help Blue Jays today, all you got to do is this. In the chat down below, there's a link that you could sign up to this beautiful, beautiful website. Betstamp will show you which line is the best line out of all the sports books that are out there that you should take for your bet, right? I mean, if you're going to make a bet anyways on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home runs, well, you might as well pick the best one. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay any money. It's totally free, and you get to just find out which bet is the best. So, I mean, it just makes sense. I've been using it, and totally not biased because they're sponsoring this video, but it actually works in terms of I could find a great deal. So use the link in the description, sign up, it's totally free. Use code TODAYJAYS. Hello everybody, welcome in Lucas. Make a splash on Alcantara, says Eric. That is something we could totally talk about, absolutely. Jaden, Patrick, welcome in everybody. Michael T, guitar covers. Jaden saying, what is your prediction for the game and who wins the game? And that is something I actually did want to start with. I know the video is called Blue Jays Need to Trade for Pitching, and we're definitely going to be talking about that and talking about what our current team is up to. But I think it's more fair than just start off with what's happening tonight. The boys are in Milwaukee. We're facing the Milwaukee Brewers, who is a good team. They're, in terms of the record, they're very similar to us. However, they are fighting for, if they're not already in the top spot, where we're not. We have the guy in the top spot who just has the best record in baseball, which is the New York Yankees. So let's take a look at Twitter. Going over here, checking the lineup cards out. Bing bop. All right. Boom. Love the graphics. Love the lineup graphics the Toronto Blue Jays make for the Toronto. I do this all the time with you guys on the Wine on Wines, and no other team has better graphics. I think the Brewers actually have a pretty good one, but the Toronto Blue Jays are by far the best. All right, leading off, we have Santiago Espinal at second base. No Springer tonight. Still dealing with an arm injury. I actually missed the injury. I heard about it. I think I caught it right at the end, if I'm not mistaken. But no Springer, so hopefully some good news comes out that we're still chilling. And we need an update. As you can see here, Maddie over here, it's been, kind of out right now. I can't really see it. It's kind of opacity over top of it, but it's there. Next up, we got Bo Bichette, shortstop. Then we got DH Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And then, of course, the captain in the 4th spot. Teoscar Hernandez in right field right behind him. I feel like this is what the lineup's coming to be. I mean, Kirk deserves it. Teo's hot too. Teo's been really good as of late. But you know what? Why change it if it ain't broken? Kirk has been literally one of our best hitters all year long. Then you got the lefty, as Ramel Tapia in that 6th spot, who's having a sneaky good year. I think there's a question submitted by one of you guys in the box. I would hope to draw it because it's a pretty good one. Matt Chapman in the 7th hole at 3rd base. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in left field. And then rounding out the lineup is Kevin Biggio taking over the duties of first base. He's played pretty good first base this year, so we got to shout out Kevin Biggio. And Alek Manoah by far our best pitcher so far to date. Most consistent, right? Every one of our pitchers, even Gosman's had a blip. Barrios, we know, have had many blips. Kikuchi goes through waves, not even blips, it's waves of bad and good. Right now we're in a bad wave. And obviously no Rio, and Stripling's been pretty good. But Manoah, the worst I've seen him, I think it was the other day, he gave up 4 runs. And like, I'm not worried that's not even a concern in my soul. Manoah's going to absolutely dominate tonight. Why do you hate Tapia? I did not say I hate Tapia. I did not say I hated Tapia, Andrew W. Okay, let me give you a quick thing on Tapia. My feeling with Tapia is he is what he is. Honestly, he's a good guy off the bench. He's a good 4th outfielder. He can run. He can make great contact. And, Pat Stats, shout out Pat Stats, has come on the show and has talked about Tapia being a good guy. Maybe we'll talk about him a bit later. I'll ask the questions in the chat, and then maybe we'll get to it. No, I like him for what he is. He can play all the outfield positions. He's good. Not so good defensively, though, I will say, according to StatCast. Let's move over to the Milwaukee Brewers side of things. And you know what? This is not a bad lineup card. And we're going to see the Brew Crews, the city jerseys today. That's going to be pretty cool. The Brew Crew, I actually really love them. There hasn't been really a city jersey that I've been disappointed with. They've all been good. Christian Yelich leading off, being highlighted in this beautiful graphic. Looks sunny as heck. Willie Adames, the former Tampa Bay Ray, as we know him from. Then former Blue Jay Rowdy Tellez batting third at first base. I love Rowdy. I'm glad he's getting regular playing time here in Milwaukee. Andrew McCutchen DHing. Julio Urias at second base. Narvaez in the catching spot. Then you got Taylor. I don't know which Taylor that is. Is that Tyrod Taylor? I'm not sure, actually. This is where the Brew Crew starts to fall off a little bit in terms of their lineup. Then you got Pedersen at third base. And then Davis. Again, I don't even know which is Davis or who Davis is. Who's Davis in center field with Hauser on the mound, which isn't their best pitcher. So for me in this game, moving over to the score predictions, and I want to know all your score predictions as well. What do you have for tonight's game? I feel like this is going to be a nice shutdown game. We got to get the W here on the road. If we're going to grab a W, it's got to be today. I'm going to say the Blue Jays, after coming off that last game, getting hot again, I'm going to say we're going to grab this one 7-4. And the reason why I say 4 is because, I think Alec could probably give up maybe max 2, but I feel like our bullpen could give up like 2 or 3, maybe, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Manoah has a great game, goes 6 innings, right? They battle him a bit, goes 6 innings, gives up 1 run, and then I think someone's just going to give up like 2. Someone's going to come in and give up 2 runs in the bullpen. And you know what? Maybe I'll change that then. 7-3. 7-3 is my score predictions. What do we got over here? We got some score predictions. Guitar cover saying 6-2 Jays, 6-1 Jays, says Michael T. Pitchers duel, 2-1 Jays, says Del Kermis. You know what? I actually, if that happened, Del Kermis, I would be very disappointed because this is one of their worst pitchers in Hauser, and I don't want a pitching duel. I want a pitching duel. I want a pitching dominance on our end, and I want absolutely slap city for our offense. Brewers need more bats. They have pitching, and that is the Brewers, right? They're kind of like the opposite of what we are, which is going to be a little transition into what I'm about to talk about, which is that the Blue Jays need to get more better pitching. We started off the year pretty good. I think we were like pretty high up there in terms of ERA, but now our pitching is starting to show its true colors. Now, which pitching? Is it the starting pitching? Is it the bullpen? Well, it might be a bit of both. Might be a bit more of the bullpen. Let's take a look at some stats here. I prepared some stats for you guys. I want to take a look over here at the starting pitching. This is brought to you by Fangraphs. Starting pitching in just the American League, okay? Because we have a really great question. This is coming in from Nick. Nick couldn't be here tonight, but he tossed over a really great question to start us off for this Q&A. I'm going to take a little sip from my wine. Yes, I have wine in here, in this Blue Jays mug. For original fans, we used to call this the wine on wine, who's put in the title, but kind of removed it, took a little bit of space, and wasn't good for search engines, but it's the wine on wine nonetheless. Okay, the question is from Nick. Considering the recent performances of the Blue Jays starting pitchers, how do you think our pitchers would stack up against the other AL playoff teams? So that's the first part of the question, okay? How will our pitchers stack up against the other AL playoff teams? And where would you rank our playoff rotation compared to them? And will it be an area of concern? So this is something we can really break down. We'll take a look at some other teams. We'll take a look at our own starting pitchers. And is it going to be an area of concern moving forward? And when we go and we're hoping for playoff berth? And personally, I think we're going to make the playoffs, right? I think our team's too good, especially offense, to not make the playoffs. And our rotation is still good. Let's take a look. So over here, we've got all the American League starting pitcher ERA. Just starting pitchers ranked in ERA. Ranked, okay? And as you can see, we are number 7. Okay, we are about average in the American League. I think in terms of all MLB, this is team ERA. Team ERA, we're 10th. Okay, that's fine, right? But you got to remember, 12 teams make playoffs, so that's bottom, right? We want to start thinking of ourselves not as in the all of 30 MLB, like, oh, okay, like 10 and mid. That's pretty average. No, we got to start thinking ourselves playoff-wise. We got to start comparing ourselves to the other teams. So, obviously, number 1 is the New York Yankees. They have been number 1 for a while. Tampa Bay Rays always have great starting rotation. Shane McClanahan, he's up there for Rookie of the Year. This guy's having an incredible year. Could even be Cy Young. Houston, we know, is an incredible rotation. Now, Boston is number 4. This could be why they're on this huge stretch, why they are right there with us in the American League East, and why they're having so much success. They're number 4. I would have told you if I didn't see these numbers, I was like, oh yeah, we have a better rotation than the Boston Red Sox. No, we actually don't, guys. We actually don't. Number 5 is Seattle Mariners. They are not making the playoffs. I mean, that's fine. You can have a great rotation and still not make the playoffs if the rest of your team sucks, which is what the Seattle Mariners are. Number 6, the LA Angels. They might not make playoffs. I mean, they're starting to squeeze their way back in. I think I saw a fun little stat. Where was it? Over here? Yeah. LA Angels have a run differential of +9. So, I mean, they're under 500 for sure. But their team's still good. So, starting pitching definitely helps that. And here we are, number 7. Okay? Below us, a playoff team this year, Minnesota Twins. Okay, that's good. Cleveland, they're now first in division. They're a playoff team. Chicago White Sox, not a playoff team right now as we're speaking. Texas is actually trying to creep up there. And the rest of these teams are all garbage. Detroit, Baltimore, Kansas City, Oakland. All these guys are garbage bottom feeders. No offense. If you're a fan of these teams, you got to know it. So, how do we stack up? We stack up kind of poor. Look, Minnesota, I don't expect them to do much. Cleveland, I don't expect them to do much. But a lot of people expect Toronto to do a lot. Maybe it's bias coming from my own end from a Toronto Blue Jay fan. But people are expecting us to do much better than this, especially with the starting rotation. I mean, you look at a rotation, right? Let's take a look here. Barrios, he was supposed to be a mid-3 guy. He's got a 5.11, right? Had a really bad start last game. Okay? We all know Kikuchi. We're going to see him tomorrow, folks. He's got a 4.94. That's bad. That's really bad, okay? The rest of our rotation, Ryu's gone. Okay, we have Stripling. But Stripling, we got to be careful. He's not the permanent solution. All right, 3.08, fantastic. Fantastic. Also, Z-Man Film saying, hey, Detroit fan here. They suck. I got your question too, Z-Man. I threw it in the box, so I hope I pick it out. Pay more now. Some teams don't know if they're in or not, in or out. That's true. We'll talk about trades in a moment. I just want to take a look at our team right here. I have to take another sip from my wine. Stripling, pretty good. Do you trust Stripling, though? As a question to myself. Not really. Maybe a question to you guys. Do you guys trust Stripling? Right? To keep this up? Not really. I mean, he has never really... He's done it for a stretch last year, like a month. This could be that stretch, you know? And then, obviously, we know Manoah. We know he's good, right? 2 ERA, whip under 1. We know this guy's elite. We know he's up for Cy Young this year. Gosman, he's been slipping a little bit. Had a nice bounce back the other day, though. 3.19. That's That's really good. These are only 2 guys that I can really, at this point, really trust. Barrios, I can get an odd start. Same with Stripling. You can get an odd start from him. Kikuchi, it's a wave. It's been bad to start, great May, and then bad June, right? So, right now I am concerned because other teams, like the New York Yankees, have an incredible rotation, right? We've looked at this the other day, and I'm bringing the Yankees up because they are the best team in the AL. Tyone, 3.19, okay? We all know about Cole, right? 3.14. Montgomery, boom, 2.97. I mean, I could go on forever. Nestor Cortez Jr., right? 2.31. Severino, 3.27. Those are all locks for me. All those guys are hitting their ceiling. Now, could some of them regress? Sure, but okay, let's say 2 regress. That's still better than us, right? So it's going to be a concern for me. Now, I don't want to go through the entire American League. If I go back here with starting rotation, they're dominant. If we get matched up in a series against the Yankees, guys, at this point with this team, I don't think we're going to win. Because not only do they have better rotation, they also have better offense. You know what I mean? We have a good offense too. 7.5 or 753 OPS, 768 OPS. We can definitely square up with them in terms of offense, for sure. But it's going to be a lot harder when we get to game 3. And we're throwing in Barrios. Are we going to get vintage Barrios? Or are we going to, or are we not going to get vintage Barrios? We're going to be up against, it's probably going to go Cole, Cortez, and then maybe, I don't know, Severino, right? We're going to be done. It's going to be very tough. Not going to be done. I don't want to count us out. But it's going to be tough. We'll take a look at the chat here real quick. Went on a little rant there. Barrios is not fine. He's not fine this year, right? He's not good. Do I still have faith in Barrios to have a bounce back second half? Sure. I mean, I do think he's gonna. Do I think he's gonna bounce back? Kind of hard to say at this point. Do I think he's got it in him? For sure. I do think he's got it in him. I'm telling you, Barrios will be better, says Patrick. I will always stick up for him. And absolutely. And I'm going to say this too. I think he will get better. He's too young. He's 28 years old. He's had a great career. This is a blip. This feels weird. And no starting pitcher, I mean, unless you're going to the Hall of Fame, even Hall of Fame pitchers too will have blip years. They just will, right? Some don't, but a lot do. I'm not saying Barrios isn't a Hall of Fame pitcher, okay? Unless he somehow in the second half of his career had Max Scherzer type years, which he totally could. But right now, it's not really looking like it on the path that we're on. But I think he's gonna be good. Real deal promises. Barrios has stuff, but we just don't see it. That's a great. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about Barrios. Let's deep dive. I have right here Baseball Savant, Jose Barrios. I'm gonna flip it to you guys in uno momento. Oops, put a 3 in there. All right, Jose Barrios. Look at this. If you guys aren't used to this website, definitely check it out. It's Baseball Savant. Shows a lot of StatCast metrics, right? And a percentile ranking. So this ranks every starting pitcher, or I think it's not even starting pitchers, just pitchers in the MLB. He is in the bottom 10. Some of them a lot of them bottom 10. Some of them even bottom 5 in all of baseball. Expected slugging, expected batting, expected ERA. But then you look at back here, it's you're average, right? 2020, we can wash away 2020. You're better than average, right? You're a little bit better than average. And that's what I wanted from Jose Barrios, to be a little bit than better average pitcher. Sort of fall off a little bit here, but you don't really think of it much as a concern. But this is so far in the wrong direction. And it's when Vladdy was struggling, when Bo was struggling, and hell, even when Tapia was struggling, we always would refer to this page and be okay, look, they have great expected numbers. They're going to turn it around. And they did. This isn't promising for me this season. Obviously, I have hope, right? But it's just hard when all of your pitches are getting hard. I mean, let's fact check that. All of his pitches, fastball, expected slugging of 704. 704. That's messed up. How are you supposed to be a major league starting pitcher and have a expected slugging of 704? Curveball. Expected slugging of 493. That's still pretty bad. Batting average only 176. Okay. Expected batting average 226. Then you got the sinker. It's getting smacked pretty hard. Changeup, he's just getting smacked pretty hard, guys. So what do we do about Barrios? We have to wait. I mean, we have the contract. I don't even need to pull up the contract for you guys to know that we have this man for another 6 years after this. So yeah, real deal, prime. Oh shit. Yeah, this is not good. Z-Man Film saying, could they turn him around and make him good like Robbie Ray? I mean, well, that's the thing, right? Like, we have Pete Walker. I mean, some guys, everyone, like, again, I like Pete Walker as a coach, right? But some guys, you just can't do anything about it. You look at Yusei Kikuchi. He was supposed to be the new, like, Steven Matz, Robbie Ray experiment. Didn't work. You know, Gosman is obviously Gosman. He's elite. He's great. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Marco Estrada did work. You know, sometimes guys just don't pan out. You know? So that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Okay, let me go back here, folks. And I want to talk about the trading, right? I want to talk about trading. But before I do, I think it's good to bring up these numbers. So this is, again, back to Fangraphs, except this is just for relievers, okay? Relievers. Bullpen, ERA, all right? This is just the American League. Here we are at 13th. 13th in the American League in bullpen ERA. We're expected to be a playoff team and play in tight, close games. How do we do that? When we have an ERA of 4.38, we're sitting right above Oakland, right behind the White Sox, which actually is kind of shocking to me that the White Sox have that bad of a bullpen ERA. This is not acceptable. How do we match up against other teams right now in the playoffs? That's going back to the next question. We're last. So when it comes time, let's say we're facing the great offense of the Yankees, right? Here they are, the great offense of the Yankees. Or we're up against the great offense of Houston, right? Or the Red Sox or the Twins. They're all have great offenses. And they battle. They battle Manoah. They battle Gosman. They battle Barrios. Oh, they get him out in the fifth. Who the hell are we putting in the fifth? Oh, you know, we could put in Adam Simber. He's really good. Adam Simber, 4.03 ERA. It's recency bias because he just got blown up. Negative WAR. Oh no, wait. We could put in Jimmy Garcia. Oh no, he's got a mid 3. Okay, I mean, not the greatest. Okay, what about Phelps? He's been good. Okay, he's closing in on a 3 now. But it's like, my point is, wait, I'm not done. Wait, we can put in Jordan Romano. Oh, he's having a down year, right? The only good guy I actually like in our bullpen, I want to give this guy a big shout out. I want to give a shout out to Del Kermers too, is Tim Mesa, 2.08 ERA, right? He's actually pretty dominant. He's pretty dominant this year. But this is kind of silly, guys. We need to trade for bullpen guys. If we're gonna make a trade, we gotta grab bullpen for sure. That's number one. Look, if we're gonna go to this trade deadline and only get bullpen pieces, I would want like two or three, and I'd also preferably want them on a little bit of a longer window, kind of like Simber, right? Like if we have to go get David Bednar, one of the best guys right now, then I will, because I'm bringing him up. I'm gonna bring up his stats. David Bednar. You guys see it? Yeah. David Bednar, 1.3 ERA, and he has a control of 5 years. I think we made a comparison, and he, whip is the most important in the bullpen. You're absolutely right, Michael T. You're absolutely right. David Bednar has great whip. I'll go back here. Mesa, not so much of a great whip. Jordan, not so much of a great whip. David, not so much of a great whip. For bullpen, I'm talking. Jimmy actually pretty good. I'll shout out Jimmy. Simper, not bad. Okay, but my point is, we need to go get guys. And honestly, David Bednar. If we have to give up a big prospect for David Bednar, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I don't even know if he'll cost that much. He probably will. On trade values, he's actually cost a lot. But the Pirates, I don't know if they're going to trade him this year just because he has so much control. And, like, you just don't want to be giving up guys like that. But, hey, let's start knocking. Why not? Right? Who cares? Who cares? I think we should do it. Now, oh my God, we got Patrick saying Bednar for Moreno, yes or no? No. Not Moreno. It can't be. No, I don't want to be doing that. But for me, I think it's like a question in the box. My ideal trade deadline, I'd want like 2 bullpen pieces. Like 2. Like 1, it's just not enough, guys. It's just not enough. We need 2. To really see an impact on a 4.38 ERA, we need 2. We need 2, right? And would we get a starting pitcher? We could, absolutely. I think of getting a starting pitcher. A lot of people talk about Luis Castillo, Frankie Montas. That's another Jose Barrios, in my opinion, right? We technically have lost Rio now. We have 4 guys moving forward to next year, right? Rio's got Tommy John. He's not going to be back with the team. He's going to be... we could literally never see him in a Blue Jay uniform ever again, right? For him, he's going to be trying to recover and find a new team somehow. But honestly, I think this is pretty much the end of Hyun-Jin Ryu, if I'm going to be honest, of his career. So it does make sense that we go get a starting pitcher to keep in the long run, especially if we're going to go on a big run here in terms of our window of opportunity for the next 4 years. So I could see it happening. Look, if they do it, I'm obviously going to be more than okay with getting a Frankie Montas or a Luis Castillo, right? I'm going to be more than okay. Is it a big need? Again, no. You probably would be, if you want to save some prospect capital, you probably could go get someone like, here, I'll pull him up right here. Like a Martin Perez. But then the only problem is, right, Martin Perez 196 ERA. Like, what? How did this guy get this? Don't know. But he might be cheap because of it. Because it's like, who are you and why are you doing so good? And I don't know, is he on a oops, there's a lot of Perez's in the world. Martin Perez. I want to see. Oh yeah, he is on a 1 year. So you know what? Like, sure, I'm totally cool with it. Like, if we want to try, like, okay, let's reevaluate, folks. I want to know what everybody thinks in the chat too. What are your expectations now for the Toronto Blue Jays this season? Right? Do you think, like, first answer that question. What is your expectations now for the Toronto Blue Jays? Okay, let me paint this picture. My expectations, I want to go and I want to make playoffs and I want to compete. Do I think we're going to win this year? No. I don't think we're going to win the World Series. I'm sorry, folks. I want to be proven wrong. I really, really do. It can happen. It totally can happen. It's just so scary when you see Goliath like New York doing what they're doing. And they can cool down. Like, absolutely. Going on a 120 win pace, like, obviously it's never happened before. So they should cool down, you'd think, right? So here we go. That's a great question, says Tyler. Yeah, I know. World champions? Wild card, says Michael T. Wild card. World champions. Wild card. Yeah. I mean, making wild card. I mean, that's my, like, season expectation is making wild card. We got Tyler thought we were going to be in the Yankees spot, to be honest. I mean, so did I, but the Yankees decided to be, like, absolutely the best team in the last 20 years. So there's nothing we can do about that. I'll go through some of your comments here. Z-Man Films. win ball games and get to the 2 in the East. Like second in the East? Yeah. I mean, that's my regular season expectations. Title, folks, so the Yanks could choke. I mean, good. G Master rules. My guess is 95 wins this year for the Mays or the Rays. The Jays. I see your correction. Yeah, totally. I mean, that's possible. So are we just talking regular season, or what's our expectation in the postseason? Playoff team for sure, says Guitar Covers. Hopefully win the best of 3 since we won't win the division. Yeah. Honestly, if we can win the best of 3, that's my expectation this year. Exactly what Guitar Covers says. Win the best of 3. If we lose the best of 3, like, okay, cool. I saw that in 2020. You know, we got swept. Like, it just wouldn't be good. It just would not feel good. If we won the wild card, right? Okay, let me show you here. Who do I think is going to win the best of 3? Well, let's take a look at, again, it's really, really early, so it's really hard to say. But, okay, so New York Yankees, they're going to get the bye, without a doubt. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, look at that. That's just so ridiculous how far ahead they are of everybody. The second best team is the Houston Astros, and they're like 9 games behind them in the win column. That's crazy. That's so crazy to me. Okay, so Yankees get the bye. Astros, I think, are going to come second, right? Astros are going to face the bottom team, and who really knows? Like, it could be the Twins, it could be us for all we know. You never know. It could be Boston, it could be any of these guys. If I'm saying what we're going to say, and I think that we're going to make some trades, get back in the game, maybe we'll be like a mid-wild card, like 1 or 2. I don't think we're going to be last. I'm saying 1 or 2. So we're going to face probably either division winner. Would it be that? Let's see. Hold on. It's a new playoff platform, so my brain's kind of like, wait, what's... So there's going to be 3 wild cards, and the bottom 2 will face... Division winner? No, top 2 get the bye. Right, excuse me. Going back. Sorry, again, getting used to this new formula, or this new bracket. So Houston and New York are getting buys. They're getting buys for me, right? We're either going to face the top wild card. Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to face a wild card team, okay? So let's say we face the Boston Red Sox. Cool. That's my guess. We're going to face the Boston Red Sox in a 3-game series, either in Fenway or in Toronto. If we can win that, cool. Then I think, depending on who wins the next wild card, we could either face the Yankees or we could face Houston. That I expect to lose. I think we could have a shot to beat Houston. We also could have a shot to beat the Yankees, of course, in a 5-game series. But I think we could try and beat Houston. Obviously. I mean, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, get back to the point is, that's my expectation. That's my expectation. Okay. We got some more. Also, guys, ask your questions in the chat down below. I'm going to pull a question here from the box that some of you submitted today. So also, if you haven't already, guys, please make sure to like and subscribe. Drop a like on this channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, sign up for Betstamp. I'll take a little moment here to show you. Literally, once you click the link in the description, just scroll down. There's a blue link. It's right on the top there. It'll bring it to here, and you just type in code Who Referred You, code Today Jays, and then you can sign up for free. It's free. You get all the best lines on your bets, and I think it's pretty easy. It helps us out, and it helps you guys out if you guys are bettors and big time bettors out there. So, anyways, use code Today Jays. Thank you. All right. Getting a question from the chat. Here, I'll grab this question. Z-Man, that question's in the box, so I don't want to answer it just now. Let me grab a question. All right, this question comes in from Nick Prasad 98. Nick Prasad says, this is perfect. We're talking about it. What is your dream trade deadline? All right. My dream trade deadline would be this. Dream. Okay, forget prospects. We're going in, okay? We get David Bednar, okay? We get David Bednar. We get David Bednar. We get Daniel Bard from the Colorado Rockies. David Bednar from the Pittsburgh Pirates. And then we get David Robertson from the Chicago Cubs. And if y'all don't know who all these people, I'll show you. So we already looked at Bednar, but I'll bring him up again. David Bednar. Boom. We had a 1.3. David Robertson. Boom. We had a 203. And then we grab Daniel Bard. Boom. We had a 198. Okay, so we grab all these guys. Our bullpen is super elite now. Like, now our bullpen's, like, so shut down. Then we go and we add Luis Castillo. I'm playing Fantasyland, folks. Luis Castillo. This is the dream, okay? This is the question. Oh, Luis Castillo got blown up. Frankie Montas. Hold on. Let me go back on that. We grab Frankie Montas as a starting pitcher to fill in for Ryu. Okay. And then just as insurance, we also get Martin Perez, who we were just looking at, just for fun. Just to maybe help with some load, like bulk loads, or maybe just like a piggyback or something. Just does really good. Helps the bullpen out too. And then I say we go get a lefty bat in Josh Bell. Or a switch hitter in Josh Bell, who can also play a little bit of first base. And that's it. That's my dream trade deadline, folks. That's my dream trade deadline. Okay, my realistic trade deadline that I would be good with would be... Probably getting like a Martin Perez. Just because I think, like, I don't want to spend up for the rotation when it could be better than what it is. You know what I mean? I don't want to buy a guy. If we buy like Montaz, then obviously it's amazing. But I feel like it's not super concerned. But we know the bullpen's concerned, so I'd rather spend on the bullpens. And so I would want to get like a Martin Perez. Then I would get... Honestly, I want David Bednar. He's not for sale, but I want him. Okay, so he's not realistic, Ben. He's not realistic. Bard and David Robertson. If we got Bard and David Robertson, okay, I'd want a third, but it's going to be pretty tough to get a third. So Perez, Bard, David Robertson, and then we go and we get Josh Bell. So it'd be hard to squeeze him in. It'd be hard to squeeze him in. Because he basically would then have to play DH outfield. He doesn't really play outfield that much anymore, but he can. Be basically splitting first base DH, and he needs to start every day. Does anyone have any left-handed bats they really like? Someone throw it in the chat. Patrick Guerra saying 2 bullpen guys, also cool. Yeah, I absolutely. Is Marquez for the Rockies still a guy? Let's take a look, my friend. Marquez for the Rockies. No. No. He's getting destroyed. Why is he getting destroyed this year? I don't know. Weird. He's not anymore, apparently. But yes, Benintendi. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Benintendi. Ooh. I could give me some Benintendi. Doesn't have much power. That's fine. Got great contact. You could honestly put this guy... here's the thing. Okay, this is the guy I want to talk about. Great transition, because we're talking about left-handed outfielders. Okay? Gotta take a sip of the wine. Also, Michael said, did you send Nick to Buffalo? I mean, I would love... Well, not this time of year. not during not football season. It wouldn't be a good time to go. But no. Nick is... he's out camping with his girlfriend. And, last weekend, I was out trailering, if that's even a term, with my parents for Father's Day. So can't be, we all live lives, man. We all live lives. We all live our lives. Okay, this is what I want to talk about, is Benintendi and Tapia. Because Tapia, low-key, has been pretty darn good. His batting average is now creeping up to a 256. So OPS plus is still lower, but it has always been that low, right? We're not expecting any more. If anything, it's a little bit better. OPS still not good, but that's not the point, right? You need him to be a good batting average guy. It's starting to creep up just a bit, right? And I know Patrick Antle, or Pat Stats, is going to love me bringing this up. Raimel Tapia. You know, ooh, he chases a lot. Yikes. Does not walk. He's a bad defender. But it's just the expected batting average. The expected slugging is starting to go down. So, yeah. Benintendi would be an improvement over Tapia. If anything, Benintendi is an improvement over this frickin' guy. Bradley Zimmer. Can we all agree? Everyone in the chat right now? Can we all agree on something? That Bradley Zimmer is only a glove. Right? Let's stop kidding ourselves. When we see Bradley Zimmer up to the plate, stop kidding yourselves. Don't do this. Don't build up any hope. Stop it. Right? Just stop it. He is just there for the glove. He only has 63 at-bats this year. 63 at-bats in 48 games. You know what that means? He gets pinch hit. Or, defensive replacement. That's all he's good for. Okay? I don't know what they see in Zimmer. A glove. Well, here, let's try and solve this issue, shall we? Because if we look up Bradley Zimmer, okay? Look at his outs above average. I guarantee it's going to be high. I guarantee it's going to be super, super high. Oh my god, outfielder jump 92. That's pretty good. Sprint speed, outs above average. That's pretty good. Okay? Is Benintendi any good? Please be good. It's going to be even worse than that, I gotta imagine. Oh! That's above average. They don't have outfield jump here because he has so many other... He actually hits. Oh, no, he does. So he's not obviously as good, but all Zimmer is a late game defensive replacement. And you know what I want to bring up right now? I'm going to bring this up. If I can find the tweet, actually, I will bring it up for you guys. Give me uno momento. Uno momento, por favor. It was a screenshot the other day. I screenshotted the tweet. Did I not? I didn't. Well, I think it was, oh, no, it's going to be on our Twitter here. The anticipation is huge. Also, while we're waiting, please, guys, subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube. Comment down below. Enter the chat. Like this stream. Here we go. Boom. Josh Goldberg tweeted this. Shout out Josh Goldberg. He says, the hashtag Blue Jays are third in MLB defensive runs saved. They ranked in 2021 15th, in 2020 29th. Okay. Cool. So, you know why we ranked third? Well, maybe Bradley Zimmer, but definitely Matt Chapman. Definitely Santiago Espinal. Okay? Let's look these guys up. Espinal. Look at that. Outs above average 95. This guy is going to be a Gold Glove. If he's not a Gold Glove this year, I'm going to be so pissed. Actually, I'm going to be cheese. This reminds me of the Kevin Pillar times. Remember the Kevin Pillar times in 2015 when he was so good? Granted, so was God, I'm blanking on his name on Tampa Bay Rays. Beautiful face, beautiful eyes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Center fielder Kevin Kiermaier. That's what I'm talking about. He stole it from him that year. He was really good. He didn't steal it. But Santiago, come on, he's so good. Chapman, we all know. Matt Chapman, he's got to be up there for show. Wow, shocked it's that low. Wow, he does not chase. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, we're learning stuff about our team right here. What's Vlad doing this year? And I want to get around to Bo. That's where I'm going with this. Also, guys, ask the questions in the chat down below. We have someone, Jaden, saying, will you be live today? I'm live right now. Will not be live tonight. But we'll be live Sunday. So everyone, Everyone, please join us for Sunday as we watch along the Brewers, hopefully for a sweep. Anyone with any questions? Capital letters, guys. Ask them. Okay, this is better from Vlad because I think last year he was 17th. 2020 he was 14th. This year a lot better. It's above average. Pretty good. And obviously he's an elite hitter. A little bit better last year. Still pretty good. All right, Bo Bichette. I've been watching along for too long. Last time I checked, he was ranked 4th in outs above average. He is now 7th. Hey, it's going up. 4th percentile. So it's going up a little bit. And the reason why I bring this up is because I'm pretty sure Bo Bichette, where can I see? Fielding stats. Where's errors? Standard. Give me standard. Fielding. Here we go. Errors. He has 8. Okay, let me put this in perspective for you guys. He had 6 in April. At the end of April, he had 6. He's committed 2 errors in 2 months, right? Now, I know the outs above average does not look good, but if we're going to be a fan base and watch this man's development, we know he's developing as a shortstop, right? He is only committed 2 errors in the last 2 months. I think that's a W. That's a W to me. So, yeah. Hey, look, 2020 short sample size, but better. He was better in 2019, better in 2021. This is his best year, and not including 2020 because that was a short sample size. So good for you, Bo. Good for you. All right. Questions in the chat. We've got Daniel saying, "Oh, play VU." What? Are you doing the Q&A from Instagram questions? Yes, I am. Guitar covers. They're right in here. And I might as well pull one up if I don't see one right here. You guys will always get priority for me. Just because you guys are here and you guys are watching live. Pierre says, who are you seeing that has possible trade for Jays? Well, like I said, possible trade is definitely bullpen. Daniel Bard, David Bednar. We covered these guys a little bit earlier in the show. David Robertson, literally any and all bullpen guys, just any and all. We need them. Blue Jays say, would Whit Merrifield be an option? Per Heyman, Kansas City wants to trade for him. Hello. All right, let's take a look. Whit Merrifield. We love some Whit Merrifield. Let me just make sure that we're all looking at this. He has been good in the past. This year, he has not been good. Stolen bases. Where are they? I always lose them. Yeah, he's usually a stolen base guy. He only has 9 this year. Probably because he's not getting on base as much. Only is on base of 277. I want to say no. I think it's the wrong year for Kansas City to be trading him too. Because last year you could have got so much for him. And now, what's his contract look like? He could bounce back. He is 33. He could bounce back. You have a mutual option here in 2024, so you could only have him for this year, next year. But again, is he a switch hitter? Maybe he's a right-handed hitter. No. That for me, I think puts it over because I know that Ben Nicholson Smith said that we're only going to want left-handed batters. So, no, I don't think so. Everyone, even Tapia is better. Tapia is having a better year than Whit Merrifield, so no. No. All right. Let me grab one from the box. We have about 10 more minutes, guys, so get your questions in. Real quick question here from Pierre. Starting pitcher, who are you seeing the Jays have some interest to get? So far, well, in terms of actual interest, I don't think we're interested, or there's any rumors that we're going after anybody right now. I would be interested in someone who's like, again, like Martin Perez, someone who's like doing it and could do it for like 1 year. However, like we made our big like Jose Barrios move last year, getting a guy who was on a, coming up on their arbitration like at the end of their rookie deal. So like I could totally see a big move happening. I just don't know if it is. There's also Madison Bumgarner out there we haven't talked about yet, so that could be an option. But Arizona's gonna need to eat like, like for me at least like 40-50% of their contract for it to be worth it, I'd say. That actually might be pretty good. Getting someone like Mad Bum on the team, who's pitched some pretty big games in his career. So I'd be down. All right, question in here from Will Manzuk. Shout out Will Manzuk. Saying, do you think there's a chance we see Kikuchi lose his starting job if the Blue Jays acquire another starting pitcher? Great transition, Will, because we were just talking about it. Well, if we get one more starting pitcher, I mean, actually, yeah. Let's think about it, right? Barrios ain't gonna lose his job. They're just not going to do that to him. It ain't going to happen. Over Kikuchi? No. Gausman, Manoah, they're locked in, of course. Then you have Stripling and Kikuchi, right? That's a rotation. Stripling can go to the bullpen. It would make a lot of sense, right? It would make a lot of sense. Keep Kikuchi in there. You brought him over to be your starting pitcher. You keep him in. You could swap out Stripling. However, if you just look at it, let's say this, because obviously it's going to be another month before we make a deal like this. If Stripling is lights out, dominating, putting up like a 1.92 ERA in the last month, how do you move this guy back into the bullpen when we need a fourth guy, right? You can't, especially if he's being one of our best pitchers, starting pitchers. You just can't. So this is what you would do, right? You can't move Kikuchi back into the... You can't move Kikuchi into the bullpen because it's just a weird role for him. So if you bring in a starting pitcher, let's say it is someone like a Louis Castillo or a Frankie Montas. Well, he's obviously going to start over Kikuchi. You might use Kikuchi as like a six-man or a bullpen guy, right? But the only way Kikuchi stays in the rotation is if Ross Stripling shows true colors, so it's a suck again. So that's the only way I'd see it happening, Will. That's the only way I'd see it happening. The strip is not the problem. Exactly. We need more like him. Exactly. We need more guys, Patrick, who are good. Like, we need more guys who can go out there and give us a chance to win. Half the time, Barrios doesn't give us a chance to win. Half the time, Kikuchi doesn't give us a chance to win. Every time Manoah gets a chance to win. Even Gausman, I'd say like 95% of the time, 90% of the time this year, he's given us a chance to win. You could use Kikuchi as an opener. Not a bad idea, Ratchet. If we get someone like, let's say we do, even if we get someone like Montas, you could open with like Kikuchi and then finish with Stripling. However, you'd already be down by like 3 or 4 runs. So, maybe. Maybe let's just plan for Kikuchi to only go 3, and then we'll bring in Ross Stripling. So with that logic, why are we even bringing in Kikuchi in the first place? Good question. That was a good question, Will. Good question. I'm gonna take a sip of this wine because I'm dehydrated, and wine isn't helping. Dear David Bender, come home. Come home. Are you just saying that, or is he actually like... Is he Canadian? No, he's American. Oh my god, he's from Pittsburgh. That must be cool for him playing for the Pirates. Wow, drafted in the 35th round? Good for you, David Bender. Good for you. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. You guys aren't seeing it. Jays have just played Garcia on the 15-day IL? What? Oh my god, we gotta make a trade for bullpen, guys. Okay, I'm looking this up right now. What in the heck? What in the heck? Jimmy Garcia. No! No, no, no. He was the one guy with the best whip. He had a better whip than Romano, better whip than Simber, better whip than Meza. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Jeremy Beasley. Oh my God. No, no, no. Okay, whip, but no. No. Guys. My brain immediately went, let's do a minute monologue on this. I'll do it right now. Yeah, we gotta make a move. We have to make a move. We have to make a move. Like, soon. We need to be calling people if we're not already calling people. That means our bullpen now is closer, Jordan Romano, who's been roughed up. And you got Adam Simber, who's been being roughed up. You got Tim Meza, I like him. David Phelps, I like him. We just lost Jimmy Garcia. Richards is doo-doo. Who is our bullpen? Jeremy Beasley. I like Matt Gage. I like what Matt Gage is doing. But again, we need more. Matt Gage is a 1.17 in how many games? 6 games. Okay, hello. Good whip. Wow, I like Matt Gage. I like Matt Gage. I like what he's doing. Okay, so I would consider the top part of our bullpen, it's short sample size, that's how desperate we are, guys, to be Jordan Romano, Meza, Gage, Simber, Phelps. And I'd put it like, see, Romano's a closer, but I really do feel like Meza's like one of our best guys. Romano, for me, he leaves a lot of hanging sliders, and he's been getting hurt. So I would, okay, so I would still have to put him up there, but Jordan Romano, Meza, Gage, if he can be there, he needs to do it more, but like, please be there. You know what I mean? Please. And then it'd be Simber and Phelps. It's just not good. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough when you're I'll bring it back here. It's not good enough when you have a 13th in the American League in bullpen ERA. It's just not good enough. We are literally 1, 2, 3, 4 spots removed from a playoff team. That's how bad we are in the bullpen. Texas is up here. Detroit, Baltimore is up here. And we're not. And we're not. What does that say about us? We need to go make a trade. Guys. That sucks. Blue Jays today, what are you thinking about Montreal getting a team in the next few years? I think it's great for baseball. I think it's great for Canada. And I want it to happen. I literally I am dying. I think that'd be so cool because it'd be an easy transition, right? In terms of division, you'd have, they would stay in the American League East. And that'd be such a cool rivalry, like Montreal-Toronto. Like, I'm all for it. Like, I kind of want it to happen in my lifetime, please. Jaden already answered that. We'll not be live for the game, but we'll be live Sunday. We need a trade, Patrick. Literally, we're 4-6 in our last 10. A lot of it being because of the bullpen. And I think actually, let's have some fun here. I think I can actually find out how bad our bullpen's been. In the last few days, last 7 days. Submit. We any good? No, we're last. No, wait. It's not ranked. Whoops. I think we're still last, actually. No, yeah, we're last. It's not first. 7.76 ERA in the last 7 days. Last 14 days. Submit. We are still last. 590. Yeah. Cool. Last in the American League. Last 30 days. We are... Oh, we're second. Behind Oakland. Like second last, I mean. Not second best, second last. Yeah, I'm going to be screaming for the next few weeks until the trade deadline that we need to go trade for relief pitchers because we should have probably done it. But we should be doing it by now. If honestly, guys, I'm telling you, if we don't make a trade in the next 2 weeks, bad shit could happen. Bad shit could happen. What's our schedule look like? Blue Jays schedule. Because I'm worried. I'm worried. It's loading up right here. We've got Boston, who's hot as hell. We're in Toronto, but they're hot as hell. Cool. No thanks. Oh, I'm going to this game. If anyone's going to this game, I'm going to it. Looney Dog Night. Woo. Rays. That's going to be tough. Damn it. Oh, Rays for 5 games. 4 games? For 5 games. The A's. Okay. Seattle. Okay. Philly. Kansas City. Okay. 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 Like, we're going to suffer this week. This is actually bad. I'd rather have this kind of week that we're having coming up, like here, so hopefully we can make a trade. We need to make a trade soon, guys. If that Jimmy Garcia injury doesn't make us trade, then I don't know what will. I don't know what will. All right, guys. That's the wine on wine today. We don't want to overpay Adam. I don't care. Patrick, I don't care. I want to overpay for anything right now because we're desperate. 2 more series again, Yankees until end of the year. I feel like we're a good team, but Vegas closer than us. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Corsario69 saying the facts. Stop fantasizing Jays Nation and demand more of the front office. They need to get us better bullpen pitchers than what we have now. Why do we keep bringing up Beasley? We keep bringing up Beasley because we have nobody else. We have nobody else. We have to go make a trade. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. Where's my sound effects? Woo! All right. I'm gonna have a nice chill night. Maybe watch the game. Of course we will. Watch the game. And I'll see you guys Sunday. Sunday we're gonna go live. Watch the Brewers. It's gonna be. Who the heck is pitching? Rios? I think it's gonna be Rios. Okay. Rios gonna be pitching. Hopefully we go for the sweep. Let's go Blue Jays. Let's go! Where are my sound effects? What? I don't have them. Go Jays, go!